Okay, so I missed the first half of whatever the hell was going on.
Yeah, I also was kind of, not paying attention. What happened last time?
Oh, don't worry. We can catch you up.
Yeah, let's do it. So, okay, we start talking about like what's happening, and then like according to Celeste, like something was going on,
It was around
and
like
just like,
seven,
there was a
and
room
Hufumi
of
got
justice.
attacked. And,
Oh, right, when we
and
did
then we
get
went
attacked,
to
and then
like
we
the
like,
library. Somebody got attacked there. I think Hufumi did.
yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
and
but that
then
was
like
after
after
Celeste
that.
got stolen.
Oh yeah,
And then
we
we
heard
all went to the
screams, and
third
then we were like,
floor.
"What was wrong?" And then like,
And then
"Oh no,
Celeste
we
screamed
heard
again.
another scream." Yeah, and then it was you and Byakuya and Toko, and me and Celeste
Oh
and
yeah, and
Hiro. We
Hufumi
both
was
went
fucking
different
dead. That was
ways.
crazy.
So was Ishimaru, and I was
What? I'm so
traumatized. I mean,
sorry for you.
Kyondo.
Oh, that's
I
awful. That's
Yeah,
really
and
hard
it's
for
even
you,
awful that
Makoto.
I fucking dead
Oh, hey,
named him.
there's
I
Celeste
feel
again.
so ashamed. Oh, whoa, yeah.
Okay,
Oh shit,
and
oh
then
no.
we found the bodies in the equipment room. Somehow Hifumi got there from
Yeah,
the
and then
nurse's office. That was crazy.
we saw them die again. That was weird.
Huh?
I understand all of that completely.
Danganronpa.
Preparations? They're so finished. Let's begin with the basic explanation of the class trial, so your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, to begin with,
You already know who did it.
was it? It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit.
Don't try and deny it. You killed them. I didn't. Someone knocked me out. I was asleep the whole time. I don't know anything about it.
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
Who are you calling a murderer?
I'm sorry to say, Hero, but we do have evidence. Blueprints for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it. And all of it was found in your room. You have to admit the evidence is quite compelling. It points to you as having created that suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know, I don't know, I don't know! Is Hiro really the killer? Or, before anything else, we just have to make this clear.
Everything we found in your room, the blueprints, the suit parts, they're all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff. It's not true, it's a conspiracy! Hiro, why? Why did you kill them? No, just hold on a second! Compelling evidence that Hiro is the killer? Is that really true?
Oh. Your room, blueprints, suit, all proof enough. That you are the culprit. Okay, so the blueprints show that they aren't proof enough.
Yeah, but how? I'm not sure.
Because of now.
Huh, there's something weird about how this is formatted. Wouldn't you say? In Hero? Something weird.
Oh, the handwriting is not his. Because his handwriting is really nice. So I guess use blueprints on your room?
Well, you did mention The handwriting, is there something that has Hiro's handwriting?
The note that he
Or
gave in the
the
morning.
message? Yeah, Yasuhiro's message. Tagami made it a truth once.
Oh, look at that. Ah, okay.
Didn't mean to like fully lead you there, but I was like, Tony's not.
I got the messages mixed up. Which one was which?
Yeah. No, that's completely fine. This one it's a little bit of a not leap in logic, but hard to glean what they're trying to say. Are we sure Hiro really made these blueprints?
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hiro wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say? When you compare it to the blueprints,
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them. Unless that person made it the point to disguise their handwriting. No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
come on. I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway. So, Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hiro's the culprit?
And he's not the only one. I think Hiro is innocent as well.
What? Then who was in the Robo Justice suit? Is it like Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit? Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
And of course he passes it off to me. So who was in the Robo Justice suit?
I love seeing her
Suspicious
squirm.
individual. In question. What? What did you just say? Huh? Other than Hiro, I can't think of anyone else who it could have been.
Excellent job under all the pressure there, Makoto.
But what? Obviously, he was the one in particular, in the particular suit, and we never found any kind of the second one.
Then we can no doubt Hiro is the prime suspect.
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hiro didn't do it.
It makes perfect sense. Hiro was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit. So, what you're saying is... That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo Justice suit.
What?
Now that's a bold assumption. And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes. Of course. But before we get to that, there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around.
All things have a proper order. So, what is it? What needs to be clarified? We must clarify the method of transportation for Kiondo's lifeless body. It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
Things that were used to move Kiondo's body. They must have been. God, there's still one more thing.
The police testimony.
The police testimony. Got it. They were a dolly and a tarp, right?
Oh, you figured that one out so fast. It wasn't even a little bit of fun to toy if you want it.
What's with that attitude? So, let's see if I can explain. Kionda's body disappeared from the equipment room, and then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that, up until then, was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, that explains the tarp and the dolly.
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Kionda's body there. When the body disappeared, so did the dolly. Later, when Kionda's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body. Am I right? But are you sure you are not mistaken?
Huh?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Kionda's body? That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room. Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along and you simply didn't realize it? She raised an objection. How do you respond? There's no shame in being wrong. Nobody expects much from you anyway. We have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around you.
Yay, I'm clueless. That's a good thing, right, Gary? I've never had anyone sound so nice while being so mean. Maybe I can change her mind. If I can just explain to them why the dolly must have been moved from the equipment room to the repository.
What do you mean? What do you mean a new element has been added?
Let's talk about reloading. Alright.
Uh-huh. I'll see.
This was the problem I have with bullet time. You have to reload your bullets. I was wondering why we did not see that till now.
On the bottom of my screen, underneath the tempo marker, I'll see an ammo count. Pressing login. Once you ran out of woods, you can't destroy missions, no matter how locked on you are. However, you can reload by pressing tab. Great reload button. Just like locking on, you'll have to press tab in time with the tempo. Oh, thank God.
Okay. Oh my God. So fucking lucky. Thank God we're not actually playing with the game mechanics. Oh my God, could you imagine?
Yes.
That would make this awful.
Hey, it's still awful.
No, I know, I've played it before. It's awful.
No, my PNG just got way lower quality there. It's not supposed to go at that angle.
If you're asking for proof that the dolly moved, I have it right here. I found it. I found the dolly in the repository. One of the wheels had a blood stain on it. It was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly's wheel head. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room. And as the blood dried on that tire, they moved the body to the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body. Jeez. Does Celeste really hate me that much?
Well, anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
Yeah, the subject of how Robo Justice didn't do it, because if it's not the killer, then... What kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really matters, babe. I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will immediately become obvious.
If I look how the body was moved, it'll be clear why the person in the suit couldn't have done it. What does he mean by that? Oh no, I'm squirming and I don't understand what he means!
Stealing dolly blueprints. As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room, and from there the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah, the culprits wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off.
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you have to do is bend over. And you could push the dolly no problem.
So the killer just crouched down and carted the body off to the repository. If you accept everything we just said, you must realize that whoever was in the suit couldn't possibly be the culprit.
Sorry. I don't think I've realized anything.
I got this one. This is the suit on the bend over. There we go. Dance, my mouse. Dance!
No, that's wrong! You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that? What do you mean? Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together, remember? When you're in that suit, not only can you not use your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that? Now that you mention it, yeah.
Seems like it'd be awful hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over. Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
You can't even see your feet? You really think that someone could kick the dolly all the way?
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself. On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp. Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
There's absolutely no chance that the costume was taken off just to move the body because... you can't I don't think that taking off the suit was an option. You remember. A little help?
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
Then you really can't take it off by yourself? Hiro wasn't making it up? Of course I wasn't making it up! If he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us seen him wearing it. So showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect him. Yeah, that's right! So it's really, really true that Robo Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hiro in the robot suit, correct? No, wait just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture I took? You got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robot Justice? If whoever was in the suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that? Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said? So, long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question. The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hiro, without a doubt.
Yeah, that's gotta be right. Hold on a second.
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion. Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it. Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility? Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle. Perhaps, but where do we go from here? Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new. What a pain in the ass. I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. This is what it takes. We have to do it.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
Alright, let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko.
Oh, we didn't say anything that time? Okay, cool.
That sounds really complicated. Damn, guys. I'm really happy you all explained it for me, because... Oof, I wasn't there. Thanks, y'all.
No problem.
Certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation. And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them. Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Kyondo.
The contradiction hidden in what happened to Kyondo. In order to uncover the truth of this case, I have to find them, no matter what.
So, regarding Kyondo's death, I wonder if he died before Hifume, or perhaps it was after.
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammer.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer number 4.
See, it's so obvious Taka came after.
Haha, but we have his beautiful watch. Numbering order. It's probably on order. It's the numbering.
I don't think it's any of the bullets I have, actually.
Oh.
Let's have a flashback to when we just talked about this.
Guys, we need to keep on repeating this information so Makoto can figure it out. Come on. We just gotta give her a second. She'll get it. Don't worry, guys.
Man, I wish I had a car to drive around to understand what was going on. We already know what order... No, that's wrong!
Gonna get a little lag there.
Oh yeah, okay. I thought that was... Alright, hold on. There's no reason to assume the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers. If anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
So, you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order. In reality, Kyondo was killed before Hifumi? Okay then. Let's see the proof.
I think this proves Taka was killed before Hifumi. I feel like there was something. Alright, time to think of a slur.
No, Makoto! Holy shit. You couldn't think of a shorter word, girl?
No!
You couldn't just choose watch? Had to be wristwatch?
Yeah, well, I think about Kionda's wrist a whole lot. I gotta include his wrist in his watch.
Shit, you're so right about that.
I'd be a horrible girlfriend. Or I guess I already was a horrible girlfriend.
No.
Why couldn't I be like Hina and resurrect the dead? I got it. Kionda's wristwatch. See? Look, it broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer, because as of last night... So, it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
That would be his official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
And before, Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
That simple fact passed all of us. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer, and then had them increase in size. That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make the wrong assumption. Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window. Because, when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet. That may be true in the case of Kiondo's murder, but all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe. When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together except for Hiro and Kyoko. Then we all ran down to the nurse's office, and that's where we found his body.
That's totally true. We're all in the clear.
Oh, I know. They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on. If that's true, where's the tape? I don't know. Don't just go making stuff up.
Anyway, we all have rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi screaming. Since all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
And does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared. When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the equipment room, correct? And then there's the disappearance of Kiando's body from the equipment room. At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing. Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Kianda's body out there right then.
Even if she could have pulled that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body. Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
I didn't do either of them anyway. In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done those things.
So what now, Kyoko? Wags tail.
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how. In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
That's true. We searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing. According to what Celeste said,
We could not have been gone for more than a minute or two, though.
His body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time? Oh man, yeah, there's no way. It'd be impossible.
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make that impossible possible?
What? How?
If the dead body were to move itself, yo, kind of a new banger. But also, yeah, why totally, I'm stupid. The dude was all, like, you know, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Huh? Also, yeah, this is a banger. The dead body ain't moved on its own? No, not another ghost! I can't take it anymore, man!
I don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality, he was still alive. Okay, and that's the reason that the body announcement, there wasn't two back-to-back, because he didn't actually die until, yep, fuck.
He was alive?
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
Perhaps he was simply playing dead. that it isn't possible.
The idea was the idea that Fufumi was still alive. Is it really possible?
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's actually a chance he was still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us? Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really sure about that?
Maybe that announcement was to intend somebody... Left! It's left click!
Yeah, you can always press control to fast forward if you want.
Oh, shit!
I just never mentioned it. Kirigiri's so cool and awesome. I wish she were into me.
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us? Hifumi's dead body had...
No, that's wrong! What was the body discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
Maybe, but it was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
Also, just a little bit of a nice touch. As soon as you see the dead body of Hifumi, there's no dead announcement for a little bit, and then it turns on, like, as Hina's like, no, wait, this can't be... Then it turns on.
Ah!
So it's a little nice touch of, like, oh, he's actually not alive. So there's a good chance we've made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether announcement was for Hifumi or Yanda.
First of all, if two bodies have been found, there really should have been two announcements.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one?
What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
No, actually that was plenty.
Huh?
He said it only broadcasts when a body is discovered for the first time, which means even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again. If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Later on?
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice. Second body discovery announcement. First time it placed when we found each body in the nurse's office and the equipment room. The second time was when...
No. Come on, man. Put it together.
Oh. No, it came right after. So it wasn't after he came back alive. It was when he rediscovered the bodies. We heard it in a second time in the repository, when we rediscovered the 2 bodies. And seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
Then in reality, when the two dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them actually was being discovered for the first time.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead yet? Meaning, he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
That's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
Oh, I know. Because he was super good at playing dead. Bada bing, bada boom.
That is the worst logic I've ever heard. But honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive. Okay then, let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body. Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not. This whole thing is pointless.
There has to be proof that shows Hifumi was still alive. I have to find it and show it to everyone.
He clicked his glasses because he couldn't see.
Well, here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office. And then while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved, something, how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
Then, was he really still alive?
Of course not. Isn't possible. This is ridiculous.
Huh. If I can find the reason. God, he was a nerd.
Yes. What?
No.
No, it was like the words. It wasn't. It was the one right after positioned, wasn't it?
Yep.
Notable difference.
Yeah.
There was no notable.
No, that's wrong. In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository. His glasses. The menu. That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless. And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can. What did he use?
A glasses cleaning.
He used Celeste. Got it. It was a glasses cleaning cloth, featuring a certain cartoon mascot. One look at the blood stain on the cloth should make things clear. This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean. And the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right? And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course. Character was Princess Piggles from Demon Angel star Pretty pudgy princess, I think. I highly doubt anyone but Fumi would have brought something like this to school.
I see your point, and the only person here who wears glasses are... I would be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that. A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
That's disgusting. There's no question it belongs to Fumi.
I also use Byakuya's underwear when he isn't looking.
That's even more disgusting. So, what you're saying is... What exactly? What I'm saying is, the blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Even if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off himself.
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses' owner?
That's a good point.
Then it must have been him, right?
So, let's assume Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead, then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see. And he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible, wouldn't you say?
But then, if he was just pretending to be dead, what was with all that blood? Was it paint or something?
The fridge in the nurse's office contains packs of blood for emergencies. He probably used one of those. He figured it was gonna play dead, he should go all out, so he just dumped it everywhere. Yeah, crazy with it. Had to wipe his glasses off when he was done. God, what an idiot. And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Kyando's body is easily explained. It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Kyando's corpse.
The one who moved Kyando's body was...
Sakura.
Kyando himself. He's still alive.
I'm gonna go use the bathroom.
All right. Go piss, girl. We're in the middle of the trial, though.
I'm sure Monokuma will wait.
Death! Are you back?
Oh no! Oh no! Monokuma just decided to off everyone. No!
Yeah, Tony, we have to replay the game all over again.
Oh no! While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Kyando's body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
The door was locked?
Well, after the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository. When we got there, the door was locked. And the repository door can only be locked from the inside. Which means when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
And it could have only been Hifumi, who had just finished stashing Kyando's body there. He convinced all of us he was dead. When he saw his chance, he dragged Kyando's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants. But that means he took part in the murders.
I just can't believe it.
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
There's more?
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed. You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took off of Kyando's lifeless body?
thing that Hifumi stole from Taka. I mean, Kyondo. What could it be?
Boom.
This is why I asked. It was Hifumi's? You're talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you? A hidden note? That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants. What? In his...
Pants. Yes. His pants.
Thank you for being normal about this, Sakura. You're the goat.
Nah. Yeah, and you're the puppy.
Bah! Wait. Okay, well, forget about the pants for now. Take a look at what the note says. I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m. Oh, that's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go. No, wait. This one's a little different. In my note, it said, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m. I see. Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got. It's not the same? In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro. And that person could have only been... Kyondo. That's right, Kyondo. Killer used this note to draw out Kyondo and murder him.
Hello, over here. Objection! Objection! I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right? So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok. They were drawing out Huffy.
Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka, and Taka is Kyondo, and Puffy is Hifumi, right?
Yeah. Why must you ruin it every time?
Oh, man. Genocide Jill is seriously scary. Still, can't let her get to me.
Oh, God. Okay. Puppy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Huffy. I remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter. The note has nothing to do with TikTok.
As I mentioned in the note, I feel like that's the key.
Nothing to do with TikTok. Okay, definitely none of these. Oh! The note talks about, got the button! There we go. It talks about alter ego. Okay, there we go.
Note talks about alter ego?
Oh no, it's just about Monokuma. But it says 6 a.m. And that's also what's on his watch. It's the watch. The note has nothing to do with TikTok. Yeah.
No, that's wrong. Also, a frame of reference, at least that's proving so far of what I've noticed in this trial. You're usually shooting people you have a problem with, like, with their claims and stuff.
Mhm.
So, Kirigiri wasn't really saying anything wrong or argumenting against you. But that could like clearly be wrong. That was something I noticed. Like, every time we've been shooting the bullets, it's the people we have been arguing against. We haven't really been shooting at like Kirigiri or Tagami, who haven't really argued against us. But yeah, this isn't me being like, oh hey, here's a spoiler info. I've just noticed this. Maybe look out for that. But no, there absolutely is a connection.
What the hell are you talking about?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time that Kianda was murdered. We've already proven that using his wristwatch. But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Which is where Kianda was killed. I see.
So Kianda was murdered at both the time and place written in the note. I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Kianda.
Well, when you put it like that, no further objections.
Then someone used the note to trick Kianda, just like same as me. The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster, telling people they found a way out. But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it?
Stuffed it down his pants, no less.
Most likely. Hifumi stole it off Kianda's corpse after he died. Huh? He stole it?
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us.
Proof that Hifumi stole that from Kianda. Got it. When I searched Kianda's body, I saw his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper. I'm right about this. The sheet of paper this piece came from is... I knew it. It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi. Then Kianda's scrap and Hifumi's note. Yep, they're from the same pieces of paper.
Hifumi had the note meant for Kianda, while Kianda's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note. There's only one way to explain it. Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from his death grip, leaving behind only one small scrap. Did I get all that right? Yeah, good job, Sakura. Here's...
Have a cookie.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna get her, like, tea or something. You like that, right, Sakura? Yeah, that'd be pretty dope. Okay, cool.
No, the cookie is filled with protein.
Oh, I do like myself a good protein cookie. Thanks, Makoto.
But tea is a good way to drink it all down, because protein can get a little bit dry. So thank you, Kyoko.
Oh, so true.
We worked to...
Hey, can you all shut up? I'm trying to aura farm and be cool here. That means Hifumi knew more. The note was important. Excuse me? We were having a moment? Exactly, which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Wow, I can't believe how Kyoko just aura farmed. That was so cool.
Oh, God.
She knew exactly the answers. Yippee!
Hey, I thought, oh God. Jill, I'm cool, right? Oh no, Kyoko is pretty cool right there.
He's slowly losing the one fan of his. Whoa. Yeah, after seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure. In fact, he was behind the whole thing. In fact, he's still alive. Sorry. No. When we when we found him in the repository, Fumi was truly and completely dead. Second body discovery announcement proves that. So then, who killed Fumi?
Whoever did this is the mastermind, the true killer. He was killed in the repository, so he must have been killed not long after transporting Kiondo's body. So, he must have been killed after Kiondo's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository. During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Kiondo's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together.
Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus.
Who are you calling a walrus? Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too, but there's something that's been bothering me even more.
And what would that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
The weapon?
Yeah, because, I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Kionda and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right? So, if Hifumi was killed in the repository, culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it. But wouldn't that be seriously risky for them?
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours after all.
Hell yeah, it's packed in there good and tight. Got any weed? I'm getting sober.
You seem to only have my methamphetamine.
Oh, give me that shit!
Here you go,
Oh, finally!
Blaze it up.
Oh, God. I gotta get rid of that brain cell. I can't be competent.
He's right, though. I don't understand it either. The Monokuma files make clear that they were killed using similar instruments, but if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms...
So, the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers? Personally, I haven't a clue.
So which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2? They were accounted for in other rooms, too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
So, then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
The weapon that was actually used to kill Hifumi. The whole picture surrounding this case won't become clear until we figure that out. Somehow, I have to find out the truth.
The clean hammer.
What was used to kill Hifumi? Was it Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
Well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it? Sounds like Justice Hammer 5 is about to make an appearance. Check out the murdergear.com. Hammer time for more information.
Well, one thing's pretty clear. The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice Hammers. That's about it.
Phew. Thanks, Hero, for making sure there's a contradiction there at the end.
Oh, no problem. Now that I got methamphetamines, I'm no longer competent. No, that's wrong. You were never competent to begin with. Oh shit, he's right. She's right. The murder weapon wasn't a justice hammer at all. No, it was something completely different. But seriously, a different weapon? Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean. Huh? And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was to commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off. I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones, and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their designs.
That's true. That would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar. So, Hifumi moved Kiondo's body to the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
Whoever did that is the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. The one that betrayed him.
Hold on a moment. I think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him. The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder. So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
We did talk about how there wouldn't be any reason for anyone to work together. At least, that's what we thought at first, but...
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rules hold true, it's simply impossible that two people work together on this.
That is how the rules were explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
The possibility of an accomplice really that insane? Is there some chance...
Two murders... Impossible...
Those are the only two.
Those are the only two...
Why would it usually be impossible?
As usually it'd only be one murder. Give me my bullet.
Wow, Gary's so smart and beautiful. She's so cute. And amazing. I wish she'd go out with a person like me. No, that's wrong!
What the fuck were you talking about? Wait, what the, holy shit. Okay, well, I thought you were just flirting with Kirigiri.
Sorry. I had a autism moment where I realized that something was wrong after I was thinking about another thing. Anyways.
Oh, you have those too? Huh.
Yes.
Wow.
Kirigiri, I'm also neurodivergent.
Huh? What? No. I'm really good at hiding my feelings. It's not just something I do by default.
Anyways, since there were two murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
What do you mean?
If there had only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't
really worth considering. Naturally, if one person can be saved for murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
The payoff for working together, the reward that balances out the risk of taking part in the scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible. You're saying two people could act as each other's accomplices to commit two separate murders. I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime. And based on this case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Kiyanda. They made him carry out the first murder, so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So, in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating two separate incidents. And it only looked like one person, because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan. And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
That's just awful. How could anybody be so cruel? Probably a murderer.
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
The effort made to convince us that two murders were the same. That was the main characteristic this time. Kyoko must have noticed the fact from the very beginning. Wow, she's such a good character, already knowing the plot of the murder mysteries.
Yeah, I'm pretty cool like that.
Yep, this doesn't, make downcast any of the, mystery reveals at all. That we just have somebody who knows the outcome. Which is why she said not to look at this as a series of connected events, but entirely separate incidents. Kyoko really is amazing. Although, when you think about it, she's almost too amazing. It's almost unnatural how good she is at this.
I understand how an accomplice could be involved, but then who is the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
That's problem numero uno right now.
The true killer manipulated Fumi to carry out a number of actions and in the end murdered him. The debates up till now, the way the case is unfolded, when you consider all that, there's really only one person who seems to fit.
Oh, holy shit. Man, it's gonna be real embarrassing if I'm wrong.
Got it! It was Celeste.
Ah, so I'm the suspicious individual now, am I? I really do hate this kind of joke. A joke, I wonder. So, what are you saying? Is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi. The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him that would go within 10 feet of that shit for brains, that lazy, worthless, goddamn idiot. Pardon, moi. Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it? Is that so? It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
What is it that only Fumi and Celeste had in common? Got it. The behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it? The only ones who ever actually saw Robo Justice firsthand was Celeste and Fumi.
Hey, Makoto, could I have this one?
Yeah, sure. Here you go, bud.
The adults are talking now. As she said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual. If we accept that Hifumi was the one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying that everything they told us was a lie?
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said? We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen. Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up to the third floor. She let out a blood-curdling scream. And when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said? Once she'd done her part of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
I'm pretty sure they showed that cutscene like 8 times.
Definitely.
It was to get us to divide into 2 groups so that we could discover both bodies at the same time?
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up. Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected. And on top of that, that piercing cry of yours early on. That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it? It is your way of telling him, we're on the 3rd floor, everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have been carried across the sea?
I just realized another strange thing. Hey, can I have the baton back, Tagami?
Okay, just don't hold it too long. Everybody was so impressed by how cool I was being.
Yeah. Meanwhile, everybody else was like playing Game Boy or something.
Hey, Tagami, I'm really impressed by it.
Ugh, straight. When we found Fumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead, Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds. I don't believe it. The whole thing was one big act? Hina, you were with Celeste when Fumi's body disappeared, right? Yeah, I was feeling kind of sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait, that was... She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Fumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each piece itself isn't much by itself, but starting to put them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed.
Here's the baton back.
Wouldn't you agree, Celeste? Nice pass. I have no idea what you mean. Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake. Oh, did I? I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but looking back, I can say that one little slip-up was your undoing. Oh, what are you talking about? I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office. I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so strange about it. Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were the first to discover Taki's body in the equipment room. Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed, so Sakura and I left with Makoto. Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste and the four of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Kyondo being dead. Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Although I really don't get what it means.
Oh my god, shut up. You hear that,
That's fair.
Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said? If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
Yeah, I guess that Celeste comment doesn't make sense. But what is he alluding to? Alright. Time to do some alley-ooping.
All I said was, they must be really enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightening and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die just like those guys died. And that is all I said. And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it? What's so strange about Celeste's comment?
Maybe if I had some help from a friend, we could get this mystery done and dusted.
Is it just so strange on top of those guys?
You can try. Alright. Time to do some alley-ooping. That wasn't intentional, by the way, when I said that. No. But now...
We are going to die just like those guys.
No, that's wrong! Alright, baton over to me. That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys died. When she said that, none of us had told her Kyondo was dead.
Exactly. We didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall. So, there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
So how did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys? Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know that? Imaginations. You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw? What about the picture I took? How do you explain this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
It has to be some kind of setup, right? So let's put the suit on, and then she used to the camera's timer to set up the picture.
Have you quickly forgotten you are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit? Plus, I happen to know this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words, it is unfeasible fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away. If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist? Simple. Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away? What could you possibly mean by that? Surely there are other explanations that the one you've offered up? No, there's no other explanation.
Other explanations? If it wasn't a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away, the only other possibility is Hifumi and the suspect are dancing. Got it. It's not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
Eh? That's certainly within the realm of possibility. The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around. And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even further. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
That's what happened. You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this.
Huh. Such a thing is utterly impossible. Hifumi was dragging him away. Ridiculous. Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all. Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
Celeste thinks she can prove that there's no way Hifumi was dragging the suspect away. But is that really possible? Ooh. Of the remix to the make your argument. You dressed me up in the suit after I passed out. Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight. You tried to make me look like the bad guy.
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that. And the fortune-telling area is the culprit after all.
No! Oh, no way! So you figured me out!
Hiro was fully like, oh shit man, I guess I did do it.
No way! So you finally figured me out, Naegi. It's time. We have a new boss fight mechanic. It's just the same with the bullet time thing, but this time you actually have to use the bullets.
Is it just the suit itself?
God, that might be it. It is a little cool to have both of them in there, but you are playing on the hardest logic difficulty.
There's no way they could stay.
Yeah, this one.
I wasn't paying attention. Oh god.
No, that's wrong.
I was paying attention.
You were paying attention.
I was paying attention to my beautiful friend Derp's voice.
Wow. No, that's wrong. It's not a beautiful friend named Derp. It's your beautiful bestie friend named Derp.
Yippee!
Yippee! No. Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that. Because the Robo Justice suit had a certain characteristic. That's right. They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
I'm not so sure that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they specially designed and stuffed a hero into it. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Well then, I suppose this is checkmate?
The checkmate? Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate?
Celeste?
Clearly, you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem. You have forgotten where Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
Yeah, Yasuhiro.
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not? He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro. In other words, Yasuhiro Kugure.
Agakure, but my name isn't really Yasuhiro, it's actually Bob.
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. You're only making things more complicated.
He did say Yasuhiro, but are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro? What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive.
Kyoko, what do you mean by that?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us. How did he refer to each of us? Fuck if I remember.
Mr. Naegi.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that one's a little bit hard, just in general, so... That's right, our last names. He called us all by our last names.
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for example. So, if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure. I'm sure it was just incidental, by chance. He just, his first name? Incident? Don't talk.
Indecent, that's why she talked. Not incident.
Jill, you're so real for that. Random chance. Now, isn't that a convenient explanation? No, there's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal. But he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
I think, just in, like, Japanese, I think he just says, like, Naegi Dono, last name Dono, 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 Dono. That's why, like, he does the Mr. and Mrs., but because it would be obvious if he did the Mr. and Mrs. here, I don't think he did the Mr. and Mrs. And also because technically he didn't say Dono, he ran out of energy. So, Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Well, no. Hold on. There's one person it could apply to. And that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
What did you just say? To think you take false accusations so far. I don't know whether to laugh or spit. Enough of your idiotic blather. Yoshihiro is a loser name. Do I look like a loser to you? Well, do I? Do I? I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Okay, then. Fill us in. What's your real name?
Fine, to make your earholes wide open and listen up. My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
A nice touch on losing the accent there.
Thanks.
Celeste still won't give up, so then I have to do something to make her accept it.
Oh god, we have to play rhythm game? No, okay, we're still not the rhythm game, god. Fume was trying to tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yashihiro.
If there's one person here who might have that last name...
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
How many times do I have to tell you? My name is... Celeste Bloomberg! God damn it!
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending, it's the truth! And since you have no way to contradict me, that's the only truth there is, moron!
Oh man, if only...
Is there any way to make her face the truth?
Oh, sure.
Thank God Giri told me this last minute. God, what would I do without Giri? Probably die.
I'm not pretending, it's the truth! And since you have no way to contradict...
No, that's wrong. I'm gonna die.
You know what? This just goes more into the Monokuma is transphobic thing, that he didn't update the handbook to have her chosen
Oh yeah,
name.
I'm pretty sure if you look at Ishimaru Kiyanda's handbook, it still says Ishimaru Kiyotaka. Fucked up. That's it. The handbook.
What?
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right? Monokuma told us all about it before.
Hey, what's up? Remember that from 20 hours ago?
No! I have the memory of a goldfish. I only remember one thing, and I've already forgot it. So, all we have to do is check her handbook, and that'll clear up everything. That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
This is invasion of privacy? I refuse to cooperate.
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened? Please. Just tell us.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
Fine then. Let me settle it. Let me go over the case again from the beginning and shed light on all your crimes. And that'll bring everything to an end.
Can I pause this? Can I pause it? Can I pause it? Can I pause it? Does this actually pause it?
Yes, excellent. Be back from the bathroom.
All right. There she goes. Off to piss.
Hello, this is Tony, and thank you very much for watching. In the description you can find links to my Ko-fi, and also links to information if you'd be interested in commissioning me, whether that be for voice work, PNG tubers, GIFs, or whatever else you might be interested using my talents for. Thank you very much, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I suppose we could start with this morning. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited for them quite a while, but nobody else showed up, so we went to look for everyone. That was around 8 a.m.
As soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, it was Robo-Justice. It also became clear that this same Robo-Justice had abducted Hifumi. We were soon joined by our search by Byakuya and Toko, and we went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office...
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the second floor. And soon after that...
I saw someone moving around on the third floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. And then... At that point, we decided to divide into two groups. Celestina and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi dead. And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement. I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the third floor to let the others know what had happened.
Meanwhile, we had just discovered Yando's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time, because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
That's when I told you guys about Hifumi. The three of us headed for the nurse's office. Right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who arrived after us, and she told us something very surprising.
Ba 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 ba.
That's right, ba 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 ba.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed down the equipment room, so we hurried back again.
Blah 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 blah.
It's a little bit much since we also listened to Sakura to like listen to another recounting of
It's
stuff.
so
I
silly.
understand. It's a little confusing. I get it, but I'm like, oh my god.
But when
Do you guys comprehend the murder? Go ahead.
But when we got there, we discovered that now Kiando's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies. And after some time, Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository, which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
Oh, we didn't say anything that time? Okay, cool.
That sounds really complicated. Damn, guys. I'm really happy you all explained it for me, because... Oof, I wasn't there. Thanks, y'all.